Welcome back to the Kuryakyn Garage. On this episode, we're going to talk about some air management for your Goldwing. And we've got these great Dragon Wings here that are going to mount to the side of your fairing that'll direct the traffic of airflow a little bit better. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this factory trim piece by slightly lifting up to release the clips. And you can see our bolt heads under here that we have to remove. Now we're only going to remove the top 3 bolts on the fairing. Next, we're going to install these black brackets that come with the kit right in the factory holes and reuse the factory bolts. And I like to leave these loose until I get the actual Dragon Wing mounted up. Gives you the ability to move them around a little bit. Now we can go ahead and install the Dragon Wing. Okay, after you tighten down all of your Phillips screws and your factory Allen screws, you can go ahead and reinstall the factory black trim piece. Okay, the last piece we're going to install is going to be this moving air dam here, but we need to remove the Phillips screw that's in the bottom of the mirror head first. Now we're going to replace the Phillips head screw with the supplied longer one and the white spacer back into the factory hole. Okay, once you got everything installed tight and you got the other side set up, you're pretty much ready to ride with those. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and change this windshield out for a Kuryakyn windshield. Okay, the next thing we're going to install is going to be this Kuryakyn windshield here, and as you can see, it's got a cutout for the vent on it. Now, the 03 and up models came with a vent from the factory. This is an 02, so it didn't come with a vent, but we went ahead and ordered one from Honda so we can get the Kuryakyn windshield on. Let's get started. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull these rubbers back from around the mirrors and fold the mirrors back so we can get to the bolts behind them. It's kind of tight back here, but you can get to them. Okay, the next thing we're going to remove is going to be all the fastening screws that hold the windshield in place. Now that we have the stock windshield removed, we'll go ahead and set the new windshield in place. Next, we're going to install the vent that we ordered from Honda. Now that we have the vent installed into the windshield and we're sure that all of our bolts are secured holding the windshield on, we'll go ahead and put the faceplate back on. Okay, and that's all it takes to put the windshield on. Now let's put the rear airfoil on. Okay, the next piece we're going to install is going to be this rear airfoil for the passenger. This is going to install behind the passenger's backrest, so let's go ahead and get that off. First thing we're going to do is open up the trunk and remove the 2 Phillips screws that hold the backrest on. Now we can remove the backrest. First, we're going to clean off this surface here so we can apply the foam trim. Now we're going to hold the airfoil in place so that the 2 holes line up with the 2 flat spots so we can mark and drill holes. Once you have your rubber well nuts in place, you can go ahead and install the airfoil. Okay, now that wraps up our segment on air management for the Goldwing. Now, if you want to control the airflow on your bike a little bit better, check out Kuryakyn's windshield, Dragon Wings, and rear airfoil. It'll make your bike a completely different ride. Until next time, we'll see you later.